Hello and welcome. So you've probably heard this buzzword, data mining, thrown around a lot. It can sound pretty technical, right? Maybe a little intimidating. But what if I told you it's the secret sauce behind your favorite Spotify playlist and the reason your inbox isn't completely buried in spam? In the next few minutes, we're going to pull back the curtain on what data mining really is, and you'll see it's one of the most powerful tools shaping our digital world. Let's dive in. This quote right here, it absolutely nails the problem we're facing. Think about it. Every single click you make, every online purchase, every photo you upload, it all creates more and more data. We are literally swimming in an ocean of it. But here's the thing. All that information by itself is just noise. It's not knowledge. So the big question becomes, how do we turn this massive flood of data into something we can actually use? First, let's just take a second to appreciate the sheer scale of this data ocean. It is vast, and it's growing faster every single second. And this data is coming from, well, everywhere. It's not just boring spreadsheets. It's all the e-commerce transactions from your late-night shopping. It's the gigantic data sets from scientific research, like mapping the human genome. And of course, there's the big one. Every single post, tweet, and photo that we all share on social media. It is a constant, never-ending, and incredibly diverse flow of information. So we've got this massive ocean of data. Now for the fun part, the treasure hunt. How do we actually go about finding the valuable knowledge, the little nuggets of gold hidden deep within?
Okay, here's the official sounding definition. You might also hear it called KDD, which stands for Knowledge Discovery in Databases. Let's just break this down with our treasure analogy. Interesting means finding something that makes you go, huh, I did not expect that. Non-trivial means it's not something totally obvious. We're not digging for common rocks here, right? And potentially useful? Well, that's the whole point. We are looking for actual gold, something that has real-world value.
You know, any good treasure hunt needs a plan. You don't just start digging randomly. It's a process. First, you got to clean your data. That's like making sure your treasure map isn't all smudged and torn. Then you integrate it, which is like finding different pieces of the map and taping them together to see the whole picture. Selection is when you finally mark X on the spot where you think the treasure is. The actual data mining part, that's the digging. And finally, pattern evaluation. This part is so important. It's when you pull something out of the ground and have to check, is this shiny rock actual gold, or is it just fool's gold?
Of course, you can't go on a treasure hunt with just your bare hands. A good data miner needs a specialized toolkit with different tools designed to find different kinds of patterns, different kinds of treasure.
Let's start with a tool you use every single day, probably without even thinking about it. You know that little bit of magic that happens in your inbox? Well, it's not magic, it's a core data mining technique. This is a technique called classification. The key here is that the system is first trained on millions of examples. It learns what spam looks like versus what an important email looks like. After that, it can automatically sort every new message into those predefined boxes. It's like a super fast mail sorter putting letters into a bills pile and a personal pile. Simple idea, but incredibly powerful. Okay, how about this one? That Discover Weekly playlist on Spotify that just gets you. Or when Netflix recommends a new show that you end up loving. How does that work? This is called clustering. And here is the huge difference from classification. With clustering, you don't start with predefined boxes. Instead, you give the algorithm all the data, say everyone's listening habits, and you just tell it, find the natural groups. It discovers these clusters of people with similar tastes all by itself. You're in a cluster with others who like the same kind of stuff, and that's how it recommends new things. It discovers the categories for you. All right, now for one of the most famous and frankly, kind of funny examples in the history of data mining. This discovery really surprised people when they first found it. I mean, what on earth could be the connection here? This tool is called association rule mining. It's designed specifically to find these unexpected relationships in huge piles of shopping data. The theory is that new parents, often exhausted and stuck at home, would make a late-night run for diapers and grab a pack of beer at the same time. Once a store finds that association, they could literally put the beer right next to the diapers to increase sales. It's all about finding those hidden connections. So, we have the tools for the hunt, but what does the gold actually look like in the real world? Let's take a look at where data mining has really struck it rich.
The applications are, and I mean this, everywhere. Your bank uses it to detect fraudulent credit card charges by spotting patterns that don't look like your normal spending. We've already talked about the recommender systems that power Netflix and Amazon, Google's amazing ability to give you the perfect search results. That is a massive data mining achievement. And it's even being used in medicine to analyze patient data to find new patterns in diseases.
Look, the big takeaway here is that data mining isn't some obscure academic thing. It is the invisible engine that powers the personalized, intelligent web you use every single day. It's running in the background of nearly every major online service you can think of.
All right, our treasure hunt is just about done. Let's open up the chest and have a quick look at the key gems we found today.
If you only remember 3 things, make it these. 1. The problem is we have way too much data and not enough actual insight. 2. The solution is data mining, that structured treasure hunt for valuable patterns. And 3. The impact is huge. It really is the backbone of the modern digital world we all live in.
And that brings me to one last really crucial thought. We've seen how valuable the treasure in our data can be, but since it's our clicks, our purchases, and our habits that create all this value, who do you think really owns that treasure? It's a question that's becoming more and more important every single day. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer.